Guess what I got Dancing Pete Rodda for his birthday?
I got a new light-up tie.
So he has this famous bow tie that he wears at events. He wore it last week, actually, at the gala for the Ibericon event. And he was just flashing everybody and making them all smile. And so I think he only had 4 colours. And I just wanted to add a little variety to his life here. So I got him one with 7 colours and 11 combinations of colours. And, you know, I just thought, why not?
There you go. Thank you.
And then I said, there's another Prezi coming, but it hasn't arrived yet. So
thank you.
Just bless your socks off as well. So anyway.
Welcome to the Horse Talk Show, presented by Peterson and Smith Equine Hospital and Complete Care. Now here's the Brit on the bit, Louisa Barton. Enjoy the show.
The Horse Talk Show broadcasts from the CEP's Equine Studios in downtown Ocala in the horse capital. Thank you for joining us on the Horse Talk Show, presented by Peterson Smith Equine Hospital and Complete Care. Thank you to Larson Farms. They're our television broadcast sponsor.
Idaho's finest alfalfa.
I'm Louisa Barton.
I'm Dancing Pete Rodda.
And if you don't feed Larson hay, you should, because it'll make your horse very regular.
Oh no, here we go again.
Which is what we want. We want regular
How
horses.
regular is he now?
He's about every hour and 15 minutes or so on average, so pretty amazing.
So we've lost 15 minutes between.
Yes. Hey, listen.
Update next week.
It's good. It's good hay. Listen, you never want a horse with an impaction. I don't have to worry about that while I'm feeding Larson hay,
there
right?
you go. It's like feeding alfalfa on the trip, right? Comes straight out of him.
His system works well. We have a great show lineup for you. We don't have Michelle Fortner from Fortner Farms and Sisters Place with us this week, but I want to thank her very much because she did have some symptoms and she texted me to tell me, and we do appreciate the fact that she didn't share those with us, and we send out our best wishes and prayers for very quick healing and hope she feels better soon and hope we can get her back on the show with us. But you know, we always manage to fill up with some good stuff for you. So we have...
It's all about me. Oh, never mind.
It's all about Pete. If you don't believe him, just ask him. Dr. Adam Cayot is going to talk to us about ringbone on the show. We also have Tom Ventura, actually back from around the Derby time when I interviewed him about decoupling, but it has just this week come back up again. And unfortunately, fighting that very hard, and the FTBOA have been working very hard against that. So we're going to share that segment with you since we never got to cover that. We're also going to bring you all the highlights from Ibericon, and we have top equestrian Jackson Wagner here, who has actually ridden some Iberian horses himself, and he was at Ibericon, so we're going to share that great experience with you. We're also going to take you to the Chambers Equine meeting this past week at Mary Phelps Farm and share with you what an amazing experience that was with Mary and Wayne and their famous driving ponies. We are going to visit Gypsy Gold in our series with their farm on the kind of history and mission of Gypsy Gold and take you into the fantastic museum they have there on site. And then we're going to do our usual wrap up with Neil and Pete and all of that and cover a little bit of Florida Mounted's obstacle challenge that we visited and judged over the weekend. So very exciting stuff. But let's start off with Dr. Adam Cayot. Here he is. Louisa Barton for the Horse Talk Show and the Chambers Equine Initiative here with Dr. Adam Cayot from Peterson Smith Equine Hospital and Complete Care, and we are going to talk about ringbone.
So ringbone is basically arthritis that occurs in the pastern joint, or one, you either have high ringbone, so the proximal pastern joint, or the coffin joint is low ringbone. And the reason it's called ringbone is because at advanced points, so advanced stages of the disease, you'll actually see a hard, bony ring around the pastern. Thus, it gets the name ringbone.
Makes sense.
So it's basically just arthritis that occurs in the pastern joints, either high or low, so the coffin joint or the interphalangeal joint. That's not a good problem to have. You can, it's the same thing with all sorts of, it's no different than arthritis in the hock, or as far as how you treat it. You can treat it up to a point, Obviously, non-steroidal anti-inflammatories like Bute, Equiox, those sorts of things can help. You can inject those areas with, we have so many things now, biologics, good old-fashioned steroid and, hyaluronic acid. So we have a lot of options. Unfortunately, it's a progressive problem as well, and the lameness will get worse. And then you can, kind of an end stage thing is that if you so desire, you can fuse the pastern joint. So you can do surgical fusion to where that pastern joint they just make it basically one solid bone. And that's typically not done unless it's a valuable breeding animal or something like that. Those are certainly, ways to manage it. It's not like I said, it's not a good problem to have. Typically they are basically a grade 1 to 2 baseline lameness. If you end up stressing the joint or the pastern joint, they tend to be like crippled, like 4 to 5 post most of the time. And then and then when you x-ray, you can see the arthritic change that are in the joints. So
this is usually a later in life situation?
Usually a later in life situation, or some sort of injury early on that, caused pathology in the joints, that then you have this arthritis that sets up, earlier in age. But yeah, typically it is a later in life kind of thing, and it's a wear and tear issue and that sort of thing. Obviously not all horses get it. Some get it, some don't. Don't know why that is, but it's just like any other arthritic issue. So there are ways to deal with it, but at some point you got to say, okay, this is what I have, and it's going to go around and eat the pasture, and not be a performance animal. But it's not an end game if you have it. There are things that you can do, but certainly if you see something like that on a pre-purchase exam, that's not going to make it. That's not going to fly, probably. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Ringbone. So, Dr. Adam Cayot on ringbone, always very informative, from Peterson Smith Equine Hospital and Complete Care. They are fantastic, and will come out, check out any kind of concerns you have. 352-237-6151 in case you prefer to give them a call. A little bird told me that Pete might be 21 again for the 100th time.
I was going to say for a couple
and
times.
And Abby, who is one of our team on the Horse Talk show, is going to come right in, cut right in front of us, and deliver some things. Thank you, Abby, very much. And she's going to unravel your balloon even right there. Just in case you thought I forgot, Pete.
That wasn't
birthday.
On the show stuff.
Can anyone here sing? Because I
can't.
No. Okay, just pretend I sang happy birthday to you, okay? Because
Thank you.
I can't sing. So there's cake.
Is that what that is?
Yep, I even had them put Dancing Pete on it for you. And pretty good, right?
That's really good.
And so we can have cake. And there is another Prezi that hasn't come.
Oh.
It got delayed, but it's coming on Thursday. So you'll
Okay.
have to wait until Thursday. I'll have to come and track you down or something and give it to you, unless you want to just wait. Oh, no, you can't wait. You're gone, aren't you?
I'll be gone Friday.
You'll be gone. You're off to where?
I'm going to Colorado
Nice.
to teach for 2 days and then spend 2.5 days with one of my best friends, Nate and Amy Bowers.
Well, I hope you have the
Fort
happiest
Collins.
birthday.
Thank you.
And I thank God for you. Thank you that you're my friend. So
Thank you.
hope you have a wonderful time.
Woohoo.
So you'll be doing a clinic in Colorado.
Doing a clinic.
Will we get any photos of that? We can share
Possibly,
with
yeah.
our audience, perhaps, next
I'll
week.
take some pictures.
So Pete will actually miss a show next week.
Uh-oh.
But I do have Jackson Wagner and Natalie Cowan filling in for him. So it takes two people to fill in for you, Pete. How does
There
that
you
make you feel?
go.
We will be right back on the second segment of the show with Tom Ventura from OBS. And we're going to talk a little decoupling and why we don't want it. Stay with us.
Hi, this is Hall of Fame jockey Mike Smith. You're listening to the Horse Talk Show.
The Larson family has been farming hay in Idaho for generations, with a mission to always provide high-quality hay products at a fair and reasonable price. Larson Hay loves to meet new customers while always honoring the ones they already have. Find Larson Hay on the web at larsonhay.com, like them on Facebook, and definitely visit one of their locations. Larson Hay, Idaho's finest alfalfa, and our television broadcast sponsor. Grateful for the foundation of excellence laid over 40 years ago by their founders, Peterson Smith Equine Hospital and Complete Care continues to provide excellence in ambulatory and emergency care, surgery, internal medicine and sports medicine, with a lab and pharmacy, as well as the best in reproductive services at their Advanced Facility Center in Summerfield. For more information, find them at petersonsmith.com or like them on Facebook now.
Love presents itself in so many ways. It can be difficult to describe the bond between human and horse because it really transcends words. As we prepare for each ride, the most important thing in our mind is our horse's health and safety. Are we playing our part in this remarkable relationship? We want to go to sleep every night knowing that we did everything in our power to preserve this special bond. Piranha Animal Health, for the love of the horse.
Faulty wiring is the leading cause of barn fires, and equine facilities have special electrical needs. The knowledgeable and licensed team of electricians at Pat Myers Electric will ensure you can achieve your vision for a safe and functional horse facility. For new builds, rewires, and updating, Pat Myers Electric team is ready to jump in and help keep your horses safe. With a farm of our own, we know you cannot take chances. For all your current barn needs, go to patmyerselectric.com.
The Horse Talk Show broadcasts from the CEP's Equine Studios in downtown Ocala in the horse capital.
Hi, this is Hall of Fame jockey Mike Smith. You're listening to the Horse Talk Show.
Back on the second segment of the Horse Talk Show, presented by Peterson Smith Equine Hospital and Complete Care. Thank you to Larson Farms, our television broadcast sponsor.
Idaho's finest alfalfa.
Guess what I got? Dancing Pete Rodda for his birthday.
I got a new light-up tie.
So he has this famous bow tie that he wears at events. He wore it last week, actually, at the gala for the Ibericon event, and he was just flashing everybody and making them all smile. And so I think he only had 4 colors, and I just wanted to add a little variety to his life here, so I got him one with 7 colors and 11 combinations of colors. And you know, I just thought, why not?
There you go. Thank you.
And then I said, there's another Prezi coming, but it hasn't arrived yet. So
thank you.
Just bless your socks off as well. So time to switch things up now to something that we don't want to have happen, and that's decoupling. Here is Tom Ventura with OBS.
Louisa Barton here for the Horse Talk Show and the CEP's Equine Initiative, and we are all about the equine industry. What an incredible driver it is indeed here, being worth $4.3 billion, employing so many thousands of people. And the thoroughbred industry plays a huge role in that. And we're here at Ocala Breeder Sales with Tom Ventura, who is in charge of all of this, and actually the 2-year-old in training sales going on. So this is the perfect time to talk about something that fortunately has been temporarily postponed. We hope that becomes permanent, and that's decoupling. Tom, thank you for being with us.
No, thank you.
Let's talk a little bit about what SB 408 means and why this would even be something that anybody would be in favor of.
Yeah, so just to strip it all the way back, so decoupling is separating the gambling license, or in the case of Gulfstream Park, the slot machine operations from Gulfstream, and allowing to that operate as a standalone entity and eliminating horse racing. So when the statutes were written, and for very good reason, in order to have slot machines at a racetrack, at a thoroughbred racetrack, there was specific language put in there that said in order to have a slot machine operation at a thoroughbred track, there had to be an agreement in place with the Florida breeders and with the Florida horsemen, so that there's a revenue sharing component to it to help support the underlying parimutuel industry the horse industry, which you reference, is such a big industry in this state. And this attempt to decouple is to eliminate that, and potentially Gulfstream would have the opportunity to shut down racing completely, either sell or develop their property, and then build a standalone slot machine facility or hotel or whatever they want to do, which is contrary to anything that the framers of the statutes really intended it to be. And it's, it happened more than once. In 2005, when the statutes were originally written, it was included specifically for the thoroughbreds and not necessarily for the other parimutuels, that there had to be this agreement in place to where it was a partnership, that the thoroughbred breeders and the thoroughbred racehorse owners and trainers got to share in that revenue to support them. And then 2021, when some of the other parimutuel permit holders like High Lie and quarter horse racing were decoupled, the legislature again reinforced the importance of thoroughbred racing, and they said, okay, let them decouple, but thoroughbred racing is too important, and there's that statutory right that has been different for the thoroughbred industry that we need to preserve. We need to preserve this industry that is so important in terms of not only the jobs and the economic impact, but the green space and all of the agriculture that goes with it. So, we're hopeful that this dies. It's unfortunate, just the presence of it alone has probably impacted some business, especially on the breeding side. People are breeding horses, anticipating 2 and 3 years down the road. When you're buying horses at a 2-year-old sale, you can actually get them up and running in a matter of a month or two. So we hope that this dies. It deserves to die, and we've been working hard on getting the proper information out to the House and the Senate. And we think that we're getting closer to the finish line, and we think that it will be in our favor. But we are in a glass half full business, so we're always hopeful for the best.
That's absolutely right. Now, I have been to Gulfstream Park, and one of the things that makes Gulfstream Park so incredibly beautiful is the horses. I mean, just looking around that entire facility, what makes it what it is the horses. I can't imagine them not being there.
No, and it's a shame, because there are other, there's plenty of casinos in South Florida, and only in South Florida, only in Fort Lauderdale or in Dade County and Broward County are slot machines allowed in this state, other than the Indian casinos. But, there are plenty of them down there, and the Hard Rock is only 3 miles from Gulfstream Park. And they already have a slot casino within their racetrack. They're going to have a difficult time to compete with the Hard Rock. There's two others right within, miles of it, Dania High Lie, and then there's a Greyhound track that operates casino. So it would be, unfortunate isn't a good word. It would be devastating.
It would be devastating.
And we need to just get decoupling out of the, off of the radar, get it completely out there. We need to shut it down, because this particular bill favors one entity and could destroy an entire industry that is a signature industry to this state.
It is indeed. It is indeed. And Ocala Breeder sales is such a huge component in that makes that all happen. And we love the success. And I don't know how many millions in sales it is a year here, but I know it's a lot, right?
Yeah, we got over 200 million in 2023. We were just shy of that last year. We sold in one day in the April sale 20 million, and maybe 80 million by the time the sale's over. So and it's not our money. We're selling it for the hard-working horse people.
That's right.
We're a conduit. We're just a central area where we're able to sell these horses, and people rely on this money to kind of sustain their operations. And look, we get very excited when we sell a horse for $1 million.
Or
but
$3
when
million.
when we sell a horse for $40,000 and $50,000, and that person then is able to pay their mortgage, buy the truck they need or the tractor they need, that's really kind of needs to keep that flowing. And if you disrupt it by taking racing out of the mix in Florida, there are other opportunities outside of the state, but that's exactly what we would be doing. We'd be chasing people out of this state, and that's not good for anybody.
No, that's so true. Thank you for all you do here, Tom. We love OBS. Fantastic, incredible sale. 1,207 horses in this one. Definitely worth stopping by and checking it out. They have a lovely tiki bar you can sit at. and watch the horses go through the sale, and beautiful chamber weather too. Louisa Barton for the Horse Talk Show and the CEP's Equine Initiative at OBS.
If I have cake on my face, there's a reason why. We might have been eating cake on the break.
That's right.
So decoupling, very, very serious for Florida because the thoroughbred industry is such a huge economic driver. And that decoupling, separating the racing from the casino would be tragic. Gulfstream, of course, has been pushing hard for that, the owners down there. And we would hate to see that happen. And why, other than the fact that it's such a huge economic driver, it is absolutely massive in the world stage for the biggest stakes races across the United States and the world. We even had a couple of our Florida horses in Royal Ascot this past year competing. So the Breeders' Cup is coming up very, very soon. We're just a couple of weeks out now from the Breeders' Cup World Championships. The Horse Talk Show will be there. And we will be visiting all of the Ocala connections to really the richest
we need to get a sticker that has OCT and OCB and OCB and put it up.
Tell us what that stands for, Pete.
Ocala trained and Ocala bred.
That's right. Horse capital of the world. And there'll be lots of connections. There are some Florida breds running. We'll be sharing that special broadcast with you on Equus Television and on Facebook. And we'll be bringing you all of that live coverage from Del Mar in California in just about a week and a half. So make sure you check in with us on that. We love watching all of these famous thoroughbreds. And quite often the Breeders' Cup World Championships decides who the thoroughbred of the year will be. So it's very exciting with all of the Marion County connections. So check that out. And we will be right back. And we will have Jackson Wagner. And we'll be talking a little Ibericon. So stay with us.
This show is brought to you in part by Seminole Feed Stores, family owned since 1934. Manufacturing fixed formula horse feeds with mindful monitoring and quality ingredients right here in Ocala in an all-natural, non-medicated feed mill. Seminole Feed, simply the world's best and safest feed. Like them on Facebook now or find them at SeminoleFeed.com.
We're a unique, tough breed. We work long, hard hours making sure your horses are healthy and properly shod because, well, we farriers know horses perform better when they're properly shod and healthy. You want quality horse products, supplements, and farrier supplies at affordable prices, and you won't settle for anything less.
TT Distributors is dedicated to quality horse products, supplements, and farrier supplies at affordable prices. Racehorse or a pasture pony, TT Distributors has what you need. 7715 West Highway 40, Ocala.
Equine Therapy International offers state-of-the-art equipment to enhance your horse's performance, fitness, strength, and rehabilitation with hand-picked and proven range of products, including PEMF and massage therapy rugs, leg wraps, boots, pads, and lasers, equine water treadmills, cold salt water spas, combi floors, dry treadmills, solariums, nebulizers, and more. For more information, go to equinetherapyint.com or find them on social media. Repair, perform, and recover with Equine Therapy International. Grateful for the foundation of excellence laid over 40 years ago by their founders, Peterson Smith Equine Hospital and Complete Care continues to provide excellence in ambulatory and emergency care, surgery, internal medicine and sports medicine with a lab and pharmacy, as well as the best in reproductive services at their Advanced Facility Center in Summerfield. For more information, find them at petersonsmith.com or like them on Facebook now. The Horse Talk Show broadcasts from the CEP's Equine Studios in downtown Ocala in the horse capital.
Hey, this is Buck Brannaman. You're listening to the Horse Talk Show.
Back on the Horse Talk Show presented by Peterson Smith Equine Hospital and Complete Care. Thank you to Larson Farms. They're our television broadcast sponsor.
Idaho's finest alfalfa.
I'm Louisa Barton.
I'm Dancing Pete Rodda.
And who are you?
I'm Jackson Wagner.
Well done. Jackson, it's lovely to have you back on the show.
It's lovely to be back.
We had you on a few weeks ago. We talked a lot about mounted games and you competing for the USA and having only really been a rider for a few years and just really impressed. It was impressive. But you were at the same event as us this Saturday.
Yes, I was at Ibericon.
You were, and that was a week of amazing performances
So much
and
talent.
clinics. I know it. You went to some of the clinics too.
Yes, I did in a master class for working equitation.
Nice. Very informative.
Yes, very.
We had a couple of guests on last week. One of them was Fred Wynn, who, him and his daughter Millie just blew us away. His performance was my favorite at Ibericon, I have to say. No offense meant to anyone else. They were all extremely talented. But his performance for the national anthem was just second to none.
Yes, dressed up as a soldier, carrying the American flag on his horse that does dressage as well as reining.
Impressive,
and
wasn't
had
it?
a gun
Mm-hmm.
they rode with,
Yep.
or a rifle, I should say.
Mm-hmm. Fred Wynn horsemanship is exceptional. Reached out to us a couple months back and said he was going to be in Ocala and asked if he could be on the show. You know, I had to think about it for a long time. Right.
1 second.
1 second. You don't even need to ask. And then he brought his daughter Millie with him, who also exceptional and already has her own horsemanship, Milena Wynn horsemanship. Can you believe that?
Wow.
At 12. Actually, it should almost be her birthday, shouldn't it? Yes.
Getting close.
Getting close. Really impressive father and daughter team that came in and just absolutely just really showed up. And Millie, when she was here in the studio with us, said she wasn't riding in the performance. She was just helping her dad. And then something happened with a zorse, which is a horse and a zebra, by the way, if you didn't know.
A what?
A horse and a zebra.
What's a zebra? Do you mean a zebra?
Do you know your alphabet? It's A to Z.
No, it's A
Zebra.
to Z.
Not around here.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah. Thank you.
Don't you know the expression, when in Rome, do as the British do?
Yeah. Exactly.
You haven't heard that one. Anyway, the entire Ibericon week was incredible, and it brought international riders into Marion County that were Olympic level. And the spectacular, which was Friday and Saturday night, was really bringing all of these incredible people together to perform. And my goodness, I don't think there was an act that didn't show so much talent and so much ability. As a mounted games rider, you have to have thoughts on all of this.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of that training can really be applied to mounted games, especially right there riding with no hands. It's just very impressive.
She was my second favorite act.
Yeah, she was really amazing.
Really incredible, because not only is she obviously riding without reins, but she is also managing the horse with her body and balancing herself with, I don't know how heavy her costume is with those wings, but I would imagine it's not light. So she has to balance herself with all of that and keep the horse going in the pattern it's supposed to be going in, doing what it's supposed to be doing, and has no reins, which for our radio listeners, pretty impressive, right?
Mm-hmm. So this year, to me, they topped it like over the top. Like I would say last year was about an 80%. This year, I would definitely say 99 to 100.
Yes.
So what's next year going to be like?
I know, right? And Tina Vida is actually the one that puts the spectacular together. Her and Bruno Gonzalez, who is also, both of them are actually in it as well, as coordinating the performance. But it was incredible, and I have to do a shout out for my one of my favorite little girls. I can't say favorite anymore because of Millie, but one of my favorite little girls, Marsha Hartford Sapp's daughter, who we interviewed on the show recently, a few months back. And after almost 13 years of doing this show, I had to say, no offense to anyone else, but my favorite interview ever was with Dana Lynn Sapp, who is like interviewing an adult. And she is just such an incredible rider and incredible.
And showman.
And showman,
and
yes.
And the best part of the thing was when she came around to wave to the crowd, she saw Louisa and was like, Louisa, and blew her a kiss.
Yes, she did.
I love you.
I know, she's so sweet. And Kylie, actually, from the show there, one of our team was with us. And Marsha Hartford Sapp, who is her mother, is in the Hall of Fame and has Cobra and her famous Appaloosa. and they're both collectible Breyer horses, and her mother is incredibly talented and gifted herself with horses and world renowned. And to have a daughter who's obviously coming up just like her is just incredible. They're just another incredible family.
And I would give a shout out to the little girl, which we don't know her name, that
who was dancing.
Was
yes.
dancing in the middle. That was wonderful.
She was amazing as
Yes.
well, and she can't be much more than 9 or 8 or 9. It's hard to tell from a distance, and you never know how tall children are, but my gosh, a very young girl, and did an absolutely beautiful job. And I asked Marsha if Dana Lynn and Millie Wynn had met, and she said, oh yeah, they're like fast friends already. So I just thought what an amazing, wonderful opportunity that is to bring so many people together from everywhere and put them, Fred and his daughter had come from New Jersey, traveled all the way down, and just to bring all those people together in one place like World Equestrian Center. And then Millie end up on the Zorse. I go to Triple Cross Church, and that Zorse actually lives there. And the Triple Cross crew were all behind us in the stands watching. And Millie, when she was here in the studio, I said, you in the show? And she said, no, I'm just here helping my dad. And then I see her out there galloping around on the Zorse from Triple Cross. And I just thought, how great is that she was in the show. And the part of the show that had Shane Coon in it with the mounted shooting and the Roman rider, my goodness.
Yeah, the Roman rider guy was going full out, and those horses were not tied together, so there were some scary moments where you thought he might come off.
Yes, Pete was like, ooh. So if you don't know what Roman riding is, that's when they're standing up on the horses and one leg on each horse. And that, I don't know, what do you think about that? Do you want to try that?
I'll try it, but I mean...
You would too, yeah. And you'd be good at it.
Maybe.
I think that the mounted games really, actually, people who are really good at mounted games like you are, I would think,
yeah,
probably
it could lend itself to that.
It could. And the performances were phenomenal, and hats off to really the entire crew, because I know from lots of event planning in my life that I've done, putting just kind of one event like this together for 2 nights has to be exhausting, but to actually be in it also, which Tina was, and
Groucho poles.
Yes.
They were doing the Groucho poles with
lights. Yeah, that was neat. They're actually going to be on the show. I reached out to them and asked they're a mother-daughter team that has Terry Farm, and I reached out to them and asked them if they would be on the show, and they were interested. So we're definitely going to get them in and interview them.
And then we had the Vaulter.
The Vaulter was fantastic.
Where they took one of Bruno's horses and taught it how to lunge for vaulting, because I'm sure he knows how to lunge. Mm-hmm. And what I would say about this too is if you knew what you were looking for, there was a lot more going on. They were having some horses doing changes every 3 strides. They were having some horses changing every stride, where some of the crowd didn't see that.
And you heard them cheer when they did it, because the people who knew how impressive it was.
Yes, ma'am.
And by the way, the Vaulter, which Google if you don't know what vaulting is and you're listening, because it's phenomenal watching the athletic abilities of vaulters on horses. But this girl had 1 week with this horse to train for this act. That's pretty impressive.
Yeah. And
pretty amazing.
The master class for working equitation, they had also had that stallion for a week and taught him that, and it was amazing.
It's incredible, isn't it? Amazing equestrians. Ibericon, if you didn't go this year, make sure you have it on your calendar for next year, because hats off to the entire team. Well done.
Looking forward to what they're going to do next.
I know, right? We'll be back. Stay with us on the Horse Talk Show.
Faulty wiring is the leading cause of barn fires, and equine facilities have special electrical needs. The knowledgeable and licensed team of electricians at Pat Myers Electric will ensure you can achieve your vision for a safe and functional horse facility. For new builds, rewires, and updating, Pat Myers Electric team is ready to jump in and help keep your horses safe. With a farm of our own, we know you cannot take chances. For all your current barn needs, go to patmyerselectric.com.
The Larson family has been farming hay in Idaho for generations, with a mission to always provide high-quality hay products at a fair and reasonable price. Larson Hay loves to meet new customers while always honoring the ones they already have. Find Larson Hay on the web at larsonhay.com, like them on Facebook, and definitely visit one of their locations. Larson Hay, Idaho's finest alfalfa, and our television broadcast sponsor.
It's time to fight back against summer sores with K-Well's Red Repel, healing and soothing, a lava-slaying ointment of justice, powered by zinc and nature's sass. Safe for all horses, even drama queens, gentle enough for the face. Your horse deserves skincare too, long-lasting and non-toxic. A bonus, buy a copper curry brush or Red Repel and receive a free in-store K-Well sample of your choice in Ocala at Seminole Feed Stores, TD Distributors and OBS. Discover more at kwellusa.com. K-Well, strength by nature. The Horse Talk Show broadcasts from the CEP's Equine Studios in downtown Ocala in the horse capital.
I'm Tick Maynard, and you're listening to The Horse Talk Show.
Back on the second half of the Horse Talk Show, presented by Palm Chevrolet.
Your hometown Chevy experience.
Thank you to Larson Farms, our television broadcast sponsor.
Idaho's finest alfalfa.
I'm Louisa Barton.
I'm Dancing Pete Rodda.
And who are you?
I'm Jackson Wagner.
You had to think about it.
He's in training.
Wait till the camera was on me.
Oh, well done. If you didn't know already and you weren't tuned in earlier, it's Dancing Pete Rodda's birthday this week, and that's where he's wearing a nice flashy bow tie.
Whoop, whoop.
Because I thought he needed more than 4 colours. Now he's got 11 combinations of colours.
There you go.
Because everybody admires a flashy bow tie when they see it. Apparently, everybody stopped to tell him how much they liked it.
Liked it and asked if they could have it or where they could get it.
Speaking of which, we never got to the gala. We need to jump to that quickly before we go to our topic, because we have some really good stuff from... Hey, listen, I'm just going to tell you, no alcohol was involved at all in any of the gala dancing. 0. Ginger ale. That was it.
I had water.
You've had water.
And there's the tie.
There's the flashy tie. In case you're not watching, you should be, because there it is. And really good times. That was the Ibericon gala that it kind of welcomed all the international athletes, and it was just really a great time.
The best part of it is Kylie got into it.
And yeah, what can Kylie do that we didn't know she could do?
The worm.
The worm. But I didn't know. Anyway, it was good times. So thank you to the Ibericon crew. Switching gears and going to take you now to the only chamber in the world that we know of that has an equine initiative. It's pretty cool. And I think that it's pretty awesome that a Chamber of Commerce, or Chamber and Economic Partnership as we are called, which is basically Chamber of Commerce combined with economic partnership, which means we're all about driving the economy, helping industries, and the equine industry is a $4.3 billion industry in Marion County with a B. And so we think that's important. And if you are not a chamber partner, please reach out to me, because we would love to have you on board, whether you're a farm or you're any other business. We would love to have you on board as a chamber partner. The Horse Talk Show is a chamber partner, and we think it's amazing that we get to go out to top equestrians farms, visit them, and bring the non-equine world out and introduce them to all sorts of amazing horse sports.
And in the case, the gangsters.
Yes.
Flying gangsters.
The flying gangsters, who, by the way, I mentioned earlier, briars, collectible briars, which are hand-painted models of famous horses. At the farm we were at, which is Mary Phelps and Wayne Humphrey's farm in Micanopy, there are actually 3 briar ponies that have been created, and that is Sephanoke Park Bouncer And the Flying Gangsters, 2 of Mary's ponies that she competes with, are also Breyer Collectibles. You can buy them online. You can buy them at the toy store at World Equestrian Centre. And we had the honour of being at Mary's farm and seeing her drive these ponies. And it was a great time. It was your first CEP equine meeting, wasn't it?
It was. It was a whole lot of fun.
It was good, wasn't it?
Yeah.
You got to meet cool people.
Yeah, lots of cool people. Rub shoulders with some really awesome people. And see the Flying Gangsters, obviously.
Which is pretty neat.
It was pretty neat. I can see why they're Breyer horses. They're just brimming with personality.
They are, aren't they? Have you ever done any driving?
I have not.
So I am going to invite you on behalf of Wayne and Mary, because I know that they would love it, to come out with me sometime and drive Bouncer.
Oh, I'd love that.
Yeah, you'd be good too, because you've already got all the handling horses very well down, so it wouldn't be hard. Listen, Wayne handed the reins to me, and he was the what he calls ballast in the back, which is, he's hanging on the back, probably for dear life on my first go.
I would. Oh, I'm sorry. Did I say it out loud?
Try to be nice on your birthday
Okay.
week, can you, please?
Okay.
But Wayne jumped in and he taught me. I had never driven. And actually, I always thought driving was probably kind of boring and a bit slow and a bit sedate, and it's not.
It's not at all.
No, it is fun and fiery and exciting, and the cones, when you get in the cones and you're trying to navigate and not knock the balls off the top of the cones, it's not as easy as you think until you try it.
It's very intense.
But you would love it. So we'll go and do that.
It's a date.
I'll let you try it, because I know you'll love it, and I know they would absolutely. They love introducing people to driving. Like that is their thing. They just love it, and you can tell the passion and the pride that they have in everything they do, from their team, their attire, to the way they take care of the ponies. But just it was a great meeting, and shout out to Sisters Place, who Michelle Fortner is amazing, awesome. She was going to be with us here tonight, and we were going to talk to her about Sisters Place. But if you haven't been to Sisters Place Southern Kitchen in Williston, it's somewhere you need to drive to right now, wherever you are. Well, maybe not right now, she might be closed, but wherever you are, really seriously check out Sisters Place and drive to Williston, and the meal you will get will make you 3 meals. I'm just going to tell you, the portions are huge. You're going to have leftovers. It's all homemade. It's all delicious. And then what she did for us last week was her catering service, where she can come out to your farm or your business. And let me tell you, Michelle doesn't just bring food. She brings decor. She sets up the whole thing for you so it looks beautiful. The presentation is incredible. Even out in the middle of a field like that, it's classy. She does everything classy. It looks good. She does a beautiful job. Everything is delicious. I don't even know how she does it all, because she also has a farm and her own horses and family and children and everything, and she still manages to look good doing it too. So well done to you, Michelle. And actually, if you've seen our Piranha Animal Health commercial, that is Michelle and her husband Grady in that commercial, and they are a great team. So well done to her. We hope she's feeling better, and definitely check out Sisters Place. So it was a good event.
It was incredible.
It was. It was.
Would you go again?
Yes. I'll be there next time.
Where's next time?
Next time is at the Gypsy Gold Farm Tour, and what a coincidence that you would bring that up.
Yeah.
Like you almost knew what's coming up in the next segment. So I call him Florida's most interesting man, but he might actually be the USA's most interesting man. Dennis Thompson. When he laughs, everybody else laughs. You can't help it. He's just entertaining and funny. And whether he's talking about bellwethers or mules having babies, or bringing the very first Gypsy Vannas to America. Him and his late wife Cindy brought the first 16 Gypsy Vanna horses to America from England. They weren't known as Gypsy Vannas then. They did not have a breed name. He actually gave them their breed name. And he created the registry for the Gypsy Vanna horse. So he also invented adjustable dog collars, just as a side note. And a number of other things as well. He's like so interesting. And I don't think there's anything he doesn't know. I mean, he really is, and he's a great horseman. Him and his wife, Erin, have the number one thing to do in North Central Florida. It's like number 12 or 13 in Florida, including all the Disney parks on TripAdvisor. And you haven't been yet, so we need to fix that. Because that, you will have a phenomenal time. So, we have to wrap it up. We really enjoyed it, Mary and Wayne. Mary Phelps, by the way, is with Markel Insurance, and she can now insure your farms as well as your horses. And that was very difficult in Florida until recently, but she is now able to do that. So if you need your horse insured or your farm insured, Mary Phelps is your girl. And she is a brilliant athlete, an incredible equestrian. She won the gold with her ponies in Hungary, the gold medal, and she constantly excels. So you definitely want to talk to her. She also has horsesdaily.com. Gotta wrap it up. Coming right back with Gypsy Gold and Dennis Thompson. Stay with us.
World-class equine rehab promoting faster recovery is available at the Equine Performance Centre Ocala. Hyperbaric oxygen therapy, an underwater treadmill, a saltwater spa, an aquapacer, MagnaWave, a vibration plate, swimming pool, massage and laser therapies. With post-surgical care, memberships, packages and BOGOs, EPC delivers a rejuvenated horse through proven and innovative rehab. Like Equine Performance Centre now on Facebook and find them on the web at epcrehab.com.
We're a unique, tough breed. We work long, hard hours making sure your horses are healthy and properly shod because, well, we farriers know horses perform better when they're properly shod and healthy. You want quality horse products, supplements, and farrier supplies at affordable prices, and you won't settle for anything less.
TT Distributors is dedicated to quality horse products, supplements, and farrier supplies at affordable prices. Racehorse or a pasture pony, TT Distributors has what you need. 7715 West Highway 40, Ocala.
At Palm Chevrolet in Ocala, our customers say it best.
Oh, the prices were great. They were actually unbeatable.
Thanks, Miss Delara. At Palm Chevy, we do our best to give you our best price and payment without the games. And our entire team is committed to making your experience in sales or service pleasant and hassle-free.
It's been a pleasure doing business around here.
Thanks, Mr. Hars. And we think you'll agree. Visit us today at Palm Chevrolet, Southwest College Road in Ocala, or at palmchevrolet.com. Find new roads.
Love presents itself in so many ways. It can be difficult to describe the bond between human and horse because it really transcends words. As we prepare for each ride, the most important thing in our mind is our horse's health and safety. Are we playing our part in this remarkable relationship? We want to go to sleep every night knowing that we did everything in our power to preserve this special bond. Piranha Animal Health, for the love of the horse.
The team of professionals at Equifence of Florida specialize in equestrian fencing, offering great communication, quality fencing, and all done in a timely manner. Reliable service with horse safety in mind all the time. Also offering customized residential, vinyl, wood, aluminium, and chain link fences services. Equifence of Florida, quality fencing done right to keep your animals safe. For more information, find Equifence of Florida on Facebook now.
The Horse Talk Show broadcasts from the CEP's Equine Studios in downtown Ocala in the horse capital.
This is Charlotte Cannon, and you are listening to the Horse Talk Show.
Back on the Horse Talk Show, presented by Palm Chevrolet.
Your hometown Chevy experience.
Thank you to Larson Farms, our television broadcast sponsor.
Idaho's finest alfalfa.
Yes, I did snort on the break.
Yes, you did.
Laughed so hard I snorted. Imagine that. Only me. I don't do it much on air.
Thank goodness.
Switching gears now, we are going to take you to the Gypsy Gold Farm just south of Ocala. TripAdvisor's favorite thing to do in this area. Just an amazing experience. Going to learn a little bit about the mission, the history, and visit the museum at Gypsy Gold. Here's Dennis Thompson.
Louisa Barton here for the Horse Talk Show and the Chamber's Equine Initiative, visiting with Dennis Thompson. We are at the Gypsy Gold Farm Tour. And Dennis, we're in a pretty amazing room here with it's fantastic stuff.
Part gift shop and part museum, I guess. There's some pieces in here that are part of history. The dress behind me on the corner here is from a tribe of it's authentic dress, and it's from a tribe of gypsies in Afghanistan that are camel breeders called the Kuchis. famous for things that are structurally correct, things that are colorful, and to dance the hoochie coochie. So the first baby in America was named after that tribe. Took my late wife a year to name that baby. It had to be a perfect name. She was colorful, she was structurally correct, and she danced when she walked. So that was the perfect name for her. This carving behind me here, I sold a man, Jerry Bratfish in Kentucky. In 1998, I sold Jerry and Diane Bratfish a yearling filly. They babied her. Her name was Gypsy Princess. And they babied her all her life. They grew her mane real long and her tail real long. And they had her image carved by a Tennessee wood carver. And they kept this in their living room until she died of old age. And then they cremated her, put her in that box, sent the whole thing to me. Her father is the Gypsy King, jumping through the logo here. And she's the 15th registered in the world, this one. So, interesting story.
Very.
Yeah.
What a fantastic piece to have in here.
Yeah. This picture on the wall is a photograph of the day my late wife and I saw one horse and inquired about it and began a journey that became the story of the Gypsy Vanner horse. So it was
Incredible.
A historical day.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah.
To be treasured.
Yeah.
And then lots of other goodies in here.
Well, these little carts, I designed these and had them made for the introduction of the breed in 1998. We had 9 gypsy wagons and carts in our booth. We had stalls that kings and queens used, the Loddon stalls from England, for the stallions. I designed stalls for the mares that lit their feathers up. And I had a gypsy that dances with his horse. I had, Purina Mills and Absorbine and Freightliner and Tokelet Originals and Hamilton Halters and Quicksilver Shampoo. They were all in the booth. And to celebrate the introduction of an unknown breed. So it's a special day. We hauled 15 of the 16 Gypsy Vanner horses in North America to Louisville, Kentucky, with enough people to wash them every day. It was quite an effort. One that I would never do again.
Quite a big deal to bring that many horses over.
It was huge. Yeah,
Yes.
it was huge.
Not just bring them, but bring them
Well,
into a country that didn't know them yet, and then name them a breed and get them registry and everything else.
We were unusual people. You know, I've spent my whole life...
Dennis, you were a very unusual person.
Spent my whole life designing products for animals, and I'm responsible for adjustable dog collars and dog harnesses and all kinds of things. And I married a woman who shared that passion. We wound up with 700 animals within 5 years, and we lived here in Ocala on a 300-acre farm that Pat Pirelli moved into when we moved out. So we were unusual people. So we saw this one horse, and it took us a while to understand what really we discovered. Only 2 out of 10 of the horses that gypsies raise are breed. 8 out of 10 are not. They're raised for a different reason. And our effort has always been to establish the 2 out of 10 that are the breed with a specific look and select genetics and so on. So it took us 2 years to fully understand what the breed was and was not and find homes for 700 animals. Over the next 2 years, we spent $1 million to buy 2 out of 3 of the best stallions we ever found and 14 mares. 11 of the 14 mares are daughters of the best 3 stallions we ever found, and 2 are granddaughters of one of the breed's greatest sires called the Lobbeard horse. Today, there's about 14,000 registered Gypsy Vanner horses. 50 to 60% will have the DNA verified father's name of the first horse in their pedigree. 150% will have the name of one of the best 3 stallions we ever found, or the Lobbeard horse. Every horse you meet on this tour will be an ancestor of those 16 horses.
That's such an incredible...
Yeah, it's crazy.
It's incredible when you think about that.
Yeah.
It really is. I mean, it's history, it's culture, it's you and your late wife.
Yeah.
It was a first. I mean, nobody had done anything like that.
No.
It's amazing.
And offshoot of this experience was developing an appreciation for a culture that most people don't know, you know. One of the most colorful, least understood societies on earth. And we felt we knew it was important to take the magic of what they created and use it to lift them up. So we wrote a mission to bring honor, recognition, and a better understanding to one of the world's most colorful, least understood societies and the horses they so dearly love by respecting the spoken words of gypsies who have dedicated lifetimes in pursuit of a dream to create the perfect horse to pull their caravan, to remain quality-based, culturally sensitive, and socially responsible. We live that here every day.
You do.
For 30 years.
For 30 years.
Yeah.
So if people want to come and have this, what is really an amazing experience for anybody, whether you know about horses or you don't, and really almost any age, it's such a great experience.
You just have to like to learn. Yeah.
Yes.
So we have tours every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday, starting at 10 o'clock till 12 o'clock, so the 2-hour tour is the first one and the most educational. And then we have tours on those same days at 1:30 to 2:30, and that's called a walking tour, so it's only an hour long, and it's you get the basics of where you are, but it isn't as in-depth as the first tour. You can get on gypsygold.com. And I think it just says book a tour. It'll tell you to, take it. It'll give you directions.
And you can follow your adventures on social media too, because you get to see lots of beautiful animals, horses on your social media pages as well.
Yeah, Gypsy Gold Horse Farm on Facebook. We have over 100,000 followers. Our goal is to turn this farm into a permanent education and cultural center. And if you become our friends on Facebook, just watch it, watch how we progress and everything. We'll keep you informed. But anyway, we'd love to have you.
And I'll tell you from experience, having visited here many, many times, you can't come too many times. Every time you come, you have more of an experience, you learn more, you get to meet more animals. And Dennis is, without a doubt, the most interesting man in Marion County and perhaps in Florida. And it is an absolute blessing to be here and have this wonderful experience. Thank you so much for having us.
Appreciate it.
Check them out, follow them on social media, find them on their website, book your tour. You absolutely will not be disappointed. Louisa Barton for the Horse Talk Show.
It really is my favorite place. I just love going there. I learn something new every time I go, and just visiting, being able to go, you get to see the parrots, the mini donkeys, the mules, the gypsy vanners, Dennis, Erin, their team. Just it's phenomenal. You absolutely can't beat it, and it really is a cultural, historical journey through how those horses came to America, and I love it. So, and he is really interesting, entertaining, and funny. Love you, Dennis. You're great. Check out Gypsy Gold Farm Tours. We're coming right back. Stay with us on the Horse Talk Show.
World-class equine rehab promoting faster recovery is available at the Equine Performance Center Ocala. Hyperbaric oxygen therapy, an underwater treadmill, a saltwater spa, an aquapacer, MagnaWave, a vibration plate, swimming pool, massage and laser therapies. With post-surgical care, memberships, packages and BOGOs, EPC delivers a rejuvenated horse through proven and innovative rehab. Like Equine Performance Center now on Facebook and find them on the web at epcrehab.com.
At Palm Chevrolet in Ocala, our customers say it best.
Oh, the prices were great. They were actually unbeatable.
Thanks, Miss Delara. At Palm Chevy, we do our best to give you our best price and payment without the games. And our entire team is committed to making your experience in sales or service pleasant and hassle-free.
It's been a pleasure doing business around here.
Thanks, Mr. Hars, and we think you'll agree. Visit us today at Palm Chevrolet, Southwest College Road in Ocala, or at palmchevrolet.com. Find new roads.
It's time to fight back against summer sores with K-Well's Red Repel, healing and soothing, a lava-slaying ointment of justice, powered by zinc and nature's sass. Safe for all horses, even drama queens, gentle enough for the face. Your horse deserves skincare too, long-lasting and non-toxic. A bonus, buy a copper curry brush or Red Repel and receive a free in-store K-Well sample of your choice in Ocala at Seminole Feed Stores, TD Distributors and OBS. Discover more at kwellusa.com. K-Well, strength by nature.
This show is brought to you in part by Seminole Feed Stores, family owned since 1934, manufacturing fixed formula horse feeds with mindful monitoring and quality ingredients right here in Ocala in an all-natural, non-medicated feed mill. Seminole Feed, simply the world's best and safest feed. Like them on Facebook now or find them at SeminoleFeed.com.
DAC Vitamins and Minerals has been making a world of difference for 35 years. Do you know what sets DAC apart? We use chelation minerals from Alltech, which allows for better absorption. DAC is the only supplement company Alltech provides ingredients for. We have our nutritionist, Performance Horse Nutrition, NASP, which is the quality seal, which guarantees our products and ensures our use of quality ingredients. DAC gives you a guaranteed analysis in every 1 ounce scoop, a 60-day money-back guarantee. Doesn't your partner deserve the best? Visit feeddac.com.
The Horse Talk Show broadcasts from the CEP's Equine Studios in downtown Ocala in the horse capital.
Hello, I'm Chris Cox, and you're listening to the Horse Talk Show.
Back on the final segment of the Horse Talk Show for this week, brought to you by Palm Chevrolet.
Your hometown Chevy experience.
Thank you to Larson Farms, our television broadcast sponsor.
Idaho's finest alfalfa.
I'm Louisa Barton.
I'm Dancing Pete Rodda.
And who are you?
I'm Jackson Wagner.
He's trained. Well, we usually take it to Pete's tip, but we're going to start out with something else I want to mention, and that is the Florida Mounted and Open Hands Animal Rescue, which are actually kind of almost a combination deal. The Florida Mounted is run by the same people as, I should say the same person, Tammy Leedy, who does a phenomenal job. They've rescued over 60 animals this year in the Open Hands Animal Rescue, and Florida Mounted was fundraising for them this past weekend, and they did an amazing obstacle course at the Southeastern Livestock Pavilion, didn't they, Pete?
Yes, they did.
They
had a company that comes in and sets it up for them.
Equagility, I think it's called.
And then tears it down when they're done.
It's pretty cool. It was an amazing course, and saw some things I actually haven't seen. The walk across the tarp is tough enough, but add some balloons tied to that, and you've got a challenging course for anybody, even the most seasoned people. And they had civilian and also mounted posse classes, and it was tough. We were the famous celebrity judges, right?
Right. We judged one person for one obstacle.
I know, right? It was a good time, though, and a great turnout and a great cause. They raised a lot of money for Open Hands Animal Rescue. But we were blessed with many people who are show watchers, and some were show listeners that came up and talked to us. And those, of course, who are listeners were like, "Are you Louisa? Because I recognize your voice, but I don't know what you look like."
Yeah,
and
they were Louisa fans.
They were Louisa fans, but
not Pete fans.
No, they were not Pete fans.
But I have to do a shout out for Connie and Kathy. So Connie and Kathy came up and were talking to us and realized that we were the Horse Talk Show folks, and they are listeners, and they are a mother-daughter team. Kathy does eventing, and obviously she also does these obstacle courses with her horse. And then her mother, Connie, rides a lot also, and Connie actually won her division. And I don't know.
82 years old.
I don't know if I'm allowed to say how old she is.
Oh, well, you're not. I am.
Okay. The most amazing woman. My gosh.
It's a compliment.
Yeah, shout out to Connie, who... And apparently that's the first time she beat her daughter, but she did beat her daughter this time. So she beat Kathy.
She was excited.
She was excited. But what lovely ladies they were. And we chatted to them and met their horses, what great riders they are. And I was just
And I want to
impressed.
say what an appropriate horse she was riding.
Yeah.
That's the thing. When I see wise ladies or wise men riding, it's nice to see a horse that's suited for them, not they're sitting there trying to ride a 4-year-old or a crazy horse. Her horse was solid as a rock.
Yep. Connie and Kathy, shout out to you. Hopefully you're listening. If you're not watching, you're listening on 97.3 this Saturday morning. We're saying hats off to both of you. So impressed, and so impressed with Tammy Leedy and her team putting together that amazing event.
And thanks, Tammy, for letting me teach. It was fun to help people with the obstacles.
that was cool as well. Yeah, and it was just it was a really, really neat experience. It was a great fundraiser. A donor actually matched how much they raised. So they did really well out of the event. I'm really, really happy for them because they do so much good work in our community.
That was funny. The one guy bought all the tickets and they drew his name and he kept on winning stuff.
He kept winning. It was great. It was a great event. Well done to everybody involved in that. It was really, really impressive. So we're now going to switch it up to Dancing Pete's birthday tip of the week.
Dancing Pete's tip of the week brought to you by Complimentary Horsemanship. Today's tip of the week actually happened with one of my students today, but it didn't happen. She told me about it. And that is when you change positions where you train. So we have a place, because of the heat this summer, we've been training under the tree. And the horse was a thoroughbred off the track, but I don't think he ever raced. And he was kind of up, and now he's mellow, heads down. But I would say he's a good quarter horse acting right now with stuff he knows. And she says she can take him to the field across from that, and she can and he does pretty well. But if she takes him to the backfield where he can't see his buddies, he runs around for an hour and a half and looks like day one that we messed with him. And so we had a big discussion. I thought it would be a great tip that don't expect your horse to be exactly how he is when you go to a new location. And don't stretch your horse too far. I told her you're throwing him in the deep end. He can't see his friends. And I told her, we talked about weaning. To me, weaning too early or the wrong way to wean a horse is one of the top reasons we have problems with horses. The second one is mishandling a baby at too young of age. So,
great tip.
So him going too far. So I always tell people, that I've had people say, well, we're only 30 yards away from your arena, and why don't we just go to the arena? And I say, because it's going to be totally different. And they're like, no, it's not. It's only 30 yards away. And sure enough, it was different. So be more conscious about why things are happening around you, and be more conscious of not going too far into the deep end. And if you go in the deep end, make sure you get the horse to a good place before you leave the deep end.
And be well.
Be well.
Be well. Exclusive massage. The Horse Talk Show is Be Well Holistic Massage. And Keaton is amazing. He relaxed me so much. I fell asleep in the massage chair completely last week. And Jackson jumped in as a guest this week. So we have a special 25% off first time equine massage for you right here. So if your horse would like a massage, or pony would like a massage, there you go. Be well.
Would.
Love
Thank
those
you.
folks. You probably met Keaton last week.
Yes, I did.
He was running
great.
around
It was
in
so
the
cool
Equus.
that, he's a human massage therapist, and now he's getting into horses, and that's kind of like what the CEP is all about.
Yeah.
It was great.
I know, bring those worlds together,
Yeah.
right? I know, I'm so impressed with him. He's so great. So, do we have time for a Neil tip this week? We do. Here's Neil. If you have a horse, you have at least one dog. The Horse Talk Show goes to the dogs at Ocala Dog Ranch.
Neil Hennessy, the owner of Ocala Dog Ranch. Puppy raising. My sister in England raises puppies. She's never had an old dog because she raises puppies for the blind. What she does is she takes the dog from when it's a baby all the way through to 18 months, and then the dog has found a home with somebody that needs help with the blind dog, or a dog for the blind. Once again, it's a great way to give back to the community. You get a dog. If you like puppies, you have a puppy forever. And at the end of the dog's life, when it's worked for the blind people, that you are first in line to get on the list to adopt that dog. There's a wonderful organization on the west coast of Florida that does blind dogs, so check it out. Give back to the community, help a blind person raise a puppy for them. Neil Hennessy, the owner of Ocala Dog Ranch.
Neil at Ocala Dog Ranch, the best place for dog sports in the world. Boarding, training, dock diving. Agility, daycare, you name it, at
First
Ocala
time
Dog
she said it,
Ranch.
I thought she said duck diving.
Duck diving, dog diving. Dock diving. We are going to, last couple of mentions before we wrap up. Piranha Family Foundation Golf Tournament is coming up November 14th. This is the greatest golf tournament ever. It raises all the funds from this, go to 2 amazing charities, Canines for Warriors and Gentle Carousel Miniature Therapy Horses. It's at the Country Club of Ocala, November 14th. Make sure you get signed up for a team or become a sponsor. If you don't make it this year, it gets better every year. So you got to get involved. Piranha Family Foundation. They do great things for our community in the equine world. They're the presenting sponsor of the Chamber's Equine Initiative. Jackson Wagner, thank you so much for being with us in the studio this week. We got to wrap it up.
Thank you so much for having me.
It was a pleasure. Happy birthday, Pete.
Happy
Love your bow
birthday,
tie.
Pete.
Whether you're in Ocala, Marion County, the horse capital of the world,
or not.
Happy horsing around till the same time next week.
Hello, I'm Chris Cox, and you're listening to the Horse Talk Show.